In this video, I want to share with you 3 invisible traits of safe, healthy men. By the end of this video, you're going to have the awareness of what these 3 invisible traits are. And then I want to talk briefly about a concept that'll totally change everything in your world. I publish videos weekly on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell to get notifications every time I go live or publish a video. Now, what makes me credible in this topic? Well, I've been coaching for 13 plus years, primarily with women, and relationships always come up. They're such a core element of our lives. And I've also been in a long-term relationship. My wife and I have been married over 20 years at this point. We have a blissful, passionate, wonderful marriage. And so I've kind of studied this stuff on many levels. Now, one of the things that I think make relationships so challenging for a lot of people is that most people believe they're difficult. And you hear all this talk about relationships are so tough, and the longer they go on, the harder they get. I actually don't believe that. I believe relationships are simple. I just think we're afraid of them. And I think we're afraid of how we will feel and what we'll think about ourselves if we fail inside of them. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about romantic relationships, which can get pretty controversial and contentious at times. But one of the reasons is because we tend to use universals and labels a lot. And then we have to defend our positions against other people's labels and universals. In this discussion, I'm going to be talking about generalities. And of course, there are always going to be exceptions to any big discussion like this. But it's important that we don't get caught up in this right or wrong, us versus them a mentality that actually creates the contention, right? It's like we're in a rivalry between our partners, and that's not a good way to create connection with another human being. So we have to drop our defensiveness, which will naturally and inherently stop the temptation to attack others, so that we can have a clean conversation, actually create some joy inside of these relationships. So the first invisible trait of safe and healthy men isn't so much a trait, it's more of an experience. And that is a deeper, different kind of attraction. See, what happens is we ask the wrong questions from the beginning. We ask, what does safety look like? And we shouldn't be asking that. We should be asking, what does safety feel like? And what happens is whenever we've experienced something painful in our lives, some kind of a wound, we create a defense mechanism, and that defense mechanism is designed to keep something out. It's designed to keep the bad guys away. It's designed to keep the kind of people that hurt us out. And so that armor gets pinged in the presence of the danger. So what happens a lot of times is energetically you'll feel a danger and your armor will get engaged. Now, the engagement creates adrenaline in our bodies, and a lot of times women especially, I think, who are a little bit more in tune to their feelings and their bodies, misinterpret that as physical attraction. And sometimes it actually is physical attraction and fear at the same time, but the bottom line is the armor gets pinged. And safe masculinity won't ping your armor. The reason it won't ping your armor is because the armor isn't designed to protect you against that. So there's no reason for the armor to even be engaged. And so what that does is, or what it doesn't do really, is it doesn't cause this adrenaline rush to flood our bodies for us to interpret what the hormones just did to our body. So the safe masculinity a lot of times won't do anything to the female body unless you really pay attention to it. So you gotta listen to the whispers, you gotta listen to the intuition, you gotta pay attention to something deeper, because there's still attraction there. It just looks different. So it's an unfamiliar kind of attraction if you've spent most of your life trying to protect yourself from the dangerous masculinity that you've experienced in all of your relationships. And that requires you to listen to your body, listen to your intuition, listen to your soul, because attraction at the wounded level is way different than attraction at the soul level. And since most of us are not programmed or willing to pay attention at the soul level, that deep kind of attraction goes unnoticed. So we either miss it or we dismiss it because it doesn't come with the familiar hormonal responses. The second invisible trait of a safe, healthy man is a quiet confidence. Now, I say it's invisible because if it's quiet, it's easy to miss, right? But what we have to understand about safe masculinity is it's not trying to overcompensate for anything. When the wounded masculine is trying to overcompensate, it needs a microphone, it needs a spotlight, it needs to prove itself to other people, prove itself to itself. Healthy masculinity doesn't need a microphone. Healthy masculinity doesn't need a spotlight. Healthy masculinity isn't trying to prove itself to anybody or anything. And that's why, again, it's easy to miss. The safe, healthy, masculine man isn't peacocking around, trying to show his colors, trying to impress people, trying to position himself. He's not trying to flatter. He's not trying to chase. He's not involved in that lust-filled exchange. That's where the wounded masculine plays. So a safe, healthy man, when he's embodying this masculine channel, is not out in the wounded playground. The safe, healthy man is more likely to be in the shadows. He's more likely to be a watcher than a talker. And that's why it's easy to miss. And the third invisible trait of safe and healthy men is consistency. Now, consistency usually isn't sexy. It's usually not seductive. A safe, healthy, masculine channel doesn't have huge ups, but he also doesn't have huge lows. So there's a lot more stability in the energy. And that kind of man is going to continually show up, but it's not going to be flashy. You're going to have to pay attention to the value that consistency has intentionally. Because it's not going to be loud. Like I said, it's not going to have the microphone. It's not going to have the spotlight. And dare I say, consistency to a lot of people is actually boring. We spend so much time trying to protect ourselves from the trauma and the wounds that we have in our lives, and that feels really turbulent. So to somebody that's used to turbulence, calmness, when all that energy calms down and now the waves are a lot more stable, that's unfamiliar. And we tend to view and judge unfamiliar as wrong, or we just dismiss it. So people that are used to turbulence in their life, they actually crave more turbulence while at the same time not liking the turbulence. But if you pay attention, the safe, healthy, masculine channel will show up consistently and stable over the course of time. But you have to value that. All right, so this last piece of the conversation is the most critical of all, and it's like the big umbrella that everything else fits under. And it's to understand that we as humans, we're all wounded. We all have traumas in our past. We all have pain that we're trying to protect. And our wounds attract other wounds. They're like magnets to each other. So the wounded woman is attracted to the wound in the man that she is simultaneously afraid of. That's why these relationships become so challenging when people don't get clear on what's going on inside the magnet, is because we don't understand how we could be craving and fearing the same thing. So instead of trying to avoid the danger out there, the better path is to heal the wounds in here, so that not only do you stop attracting the wounded men that you probably have all in your background, but you stop being attracted to them. Just like the wounded masculine doesn't have to peacock and position and prove anything, a healthy feminine channel isn't even attracted to that wound in the masculine. So it's not like she has to resist the temptation. There won't be a temptation. And that, my friends, is the real answer to all of this. Now, I know this is somewhat of a buzzkill in the conversation around relationships, because most people are just trying to learn how to fix others or how to stop attracting, the broken people. But the better option is to change the magnet internally, which requires looking at yourself. Now, there isn't anyone that can't heal their wounds, and this is the work that we do. We call it neurotransformational coaching. If you would like to experience what neurotransformational coaching is, I'll put a link down in the description, or you can go to coachshaunsmith.com/try-coaching. And let me tell you, when you can do the internal work so that you're no longer attracted to nor afraid of the dangers, what you have to experience inside relationships is probably not even currently fathomable to your intellect, which is working on all of the past relationships that you've been experiencing. So I hope this has been helpful for you. If you've resonated with any of this and you want our support, then allow us to help shift the energy and take your relationship experience to a whole nother level. If you've enjoyed this video, you can like it, subscribe, engage, comment. I or somebody on my team will get back to you ASAP, because this is the good stuff. I mean, this is really the juicy part of humanity. The relationships that we get into, especially the intimate, vulnerable ones, right? Now, of course, there's all kinds of other topics to talk about when it comes to relationships. I'll do plenty of other videos. And if there's anything that you want me to address, a specific question or a topic that you want me to talk about, then go ahead and drop it in the comments below and I'll do a video for you. So with that, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in another video.